So I saw an article recently that was talking about your watch.
Right.
And how dirty it is. Mm-hmm. And here at Phone Soap, we always talk about how your phone is 18 times dirtier than a public toilet seat.
It's filthy.
And this article was even more than that.
That's right. It says that the cell phone has now been topped by the smartwatch.
Yeah.
This is a report right here that they are referencing, done by Dan Clifford, that claims we haven't tested specific colony counts like him, but he shows that the smartwatch is actually 30 times dirtier than a public toilet. And in his report, he measured a smartphone, right? Everyone's smartphone is a little bit different, at 15 times dirtier than a public toilet. They say the common commode, which, by the way, is a line we used on Shark Tank.
Yeah.
We used the word commode, which I'd never heard of until a producer at Shark Tank said, texting from the commode. It's like, wow, that's a fancy way to say toilet.
So commode's toilet.
Yes.
Okay.
Just so we're on the same toilet.
Just so we're on the same page. Okay. So 30 times dirtier than a commode.
Yep. So this article that you're referencing walks through other items, right? Game consoles, game controllers, keyboards. Here we're looking at keyboards at about 4 to 5 times dirtier than a public toilet. And a game controller puts right about on par with a public toilet. But right, something that we know, all of these gadgets that we're surrounded with harbor harmful bacteria.
Yeah.
Now, bacteria in general is good for you. We don't argue against that.
Yeah.
But excess loads of it harms or lessens our immune system's ability to combat it, right? That's kind of what we learned coming out of a global pandemic, right?
Yeah.
Which is germs are good for you, but if you overwhelm your immune system, it gets weaker and weaker over time, and eventually those viruses can win out.
Yeah. Your body can only do so much.
Only do so much. It's a beautiful machine.
But there's ways that we can help it.
Yeah. Well, I think first of all, I guess the question is why? Why is the smartwatch so dirty? Because I do touch my smartwatch less than my phone, I would think.
Yeah. I don't know. For me, I feel like because my phone is most of the time in my pocket when I'm walking around.
Yeah.
And of course, it's hot and sweaty.
Yeah, it's got to be the sweat.
So that's harboring stuff. Mm-hmm. But my watch is just out in the open all the time.
Yeah.
Whether like something sprays on it or just me sweating on it, like all the things are just adding up.
Yep.
More and more.
Yeah, and I think that the test, they show swabbing, on this backside too, right?
Yeah.
Which is in constant contact with your skin. And I guess, you're touching things, right? That's why your phone gets dirty. Your hands are dirty. So, I mean, that's in a very close proximity to your hands. And definitely to your point of sweat, I mean, the only reason why I work out is to track the data.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I wouldn't.
Yeah.
So my smartwatch is always with me in a sweaty workout.
I feel like it does make sense, but it's just something I didn't want to think about.
Yeah, that's often the truth. So they argue just like they used to argue with cell phones, use alcohol, etc. And as we know, we do not suggest using alcohol wipes on any of your devices.
Yeah. And why is that?
Well, it can void the contract. No, the warranty. They've moved away from that, especially coming out of COVID. A lot of these, Apple and others, since they knew you needed to clean these devices, they now say do it lightly. But one of the things that it can do is harm or remove the oilophobic coating on your devices. So your screens always look nice and new and shiny. When you use alcohol and harsh products like that, even nowadays, my phone's waterproof, etc. The one thing that always happens is that it degrades the quality of the screen itself.
So it's more susceptible to
smudges, fingerprints, maybe even scratches, right?
Yeah.
Not only that, but in our studies, because early on we were combating this this idea that, why don't I just use alcohol wipes? And back then it was a little easier for us to say, hey, it voids the warranty, you can't use liquids on it. That was pretty easy. But over time that changed. And one thing that we found out is often there's user error in alcohol wipes, right? You need to let this liquid sit on your phone or your table or whatever it is for 5 to 10 minutes, depending on the manufacturer, to get that said 99.9% kill rate. So often it's a wipe down. with the wipe and then a rub off to make it look clean.
Yeah.
Maybe wait a minute, but rarely are you getting the right amount of liquid for 5 to 10 minutes. So you're not really even getting the kill rate. So of course, as everyone knows, we recommend UVC light, no liquid, no heat, no harsh chemicals.
And with the wipes too, like you're not guaranteed to get every section of the phone.
That's right. So phone soap guarantees that 360-degree disinfection. You could put your watch in a home soap, but here's an Aqua Phone Soap 3, one of my favorites. Drop it in a device in just 10 minutes on the Phone Soap 3, 5 minutes on the Phone Soap Pro. You get 99.99% disinfection. This study, let me see what they found. I believe it was Staphylococcus, E. coli, Salmonella, a mix of a few different types of bacteria. Our devices, we do third-party lab testing to guarantee kill rates on these types of bacteria and viruses, SARS-CoV-2, E. coli, Salmonella, H1N1, and we do it on different devices. So we test it on a phone, we test it on a smartwatch, we test it on headphones, and our testing is on all sides, right? So we do a few spots on the top, the back, and all around. So when you start looking at us versus alcohol wipes, we've discussed that a little bit, you know, that we're more thorough, more complete, and safer for your device. But when you look at phone soap versus other UVC disinfection devices, there was a flood of really, we like to call them knockoffs, but competition, let's say, during the pandemic or post-pandemic. Unfortunately, these devices might be giving you 99.9% kill rate from the light source, directly under the light source, but they are not doing 360-degree disinfection. I know you just showed it, but I'll show it on my side. We've got a reflective surface, and we use full-length bulbs that allow that light to wrap fully around your device. So it works every time, all the time.
Some of those competitors, they just have the one LED light bulb, which is good directly on the bulb.
Sure.
But it doesn't have the spread
Yep.
that one of these bulbs does.
You know, you hate to say it, we have tested some that don't even use UVC. Unfortunately, I don't know if their manufacturers just didn't tell them the truth and they did not know how to test it. And then there are others that do use the right light source, but not in the right way. So here's another example with headphones, right? Similar to working out. You use your watch while you work out, you often use headphones. I love dropping my AirPods in my phone soap after a sweaty workout. That's really the grossest thing for me. So, you know, our devices disinfect all of these items.
Yeah.
They mentioned some bigger ones, right? So we do have a home soap here with us today. Gaming gadgets. We can fit like a Switch in here. We can fit an Xbox controller. Obviously not an Xbox itself, but you're not touching that as much. There's some headphones. This home soap takes 10 minutes. Same 360-degree disinfection.
And I see you got a keyboard there.
Got a keyboard, which I'm sure
everyone in the house
videos.
uses the keyboard.
Everyone touches the keyboard. Those are actually pretty filthy. So, that's it, Dallin.
That's some good information.
You
and
are.
I'm definitely going to be throwing my watch in the home soap after this.
Whether you work out or not, you sweat if you are a human being. We definitely recommend putting these devices in a sanitizer after every workout or at least at the end of every day.
Yeah. And then you also avoid, because like some of these things, of course, you're going to have to wash it because these are made out of like a cloth. But the surface of them can still be disinfected in a home soap or a phone soap.
Yeah, that's a great point. So fabrics, other materials that have shaded spots, you know, our guarantees are on hard, non-porous surfaces. So the most important part, the watch screen on top, on bottom, all around, is getting that 99.99% disinfection. The watch band is still getting a certain amount, which is good. In healthcare, we say it breaks the chain, right? Over time, you keep doing that, and you get different angles. There are rubber surfaces that will do even better. So it kind of depends what watch band you're getting. But yeah, no, that's important to notate is some of those really cloth, Velcro-y ones. You know, we can't guarantee 99.9 on every surface of the watch band.
I saw this study that most people with their smartwatches, they have the silicone strap.
Yeah.
So
and those do really well.
That one does good in a home soap.
Yep.
Okay, well, that was good information.
Yeah.
Maybe it was bad information.
Good and bad.
If you're afraid of germs.
We'll link the studies.
But yeah, that was great having you on. And
always
see you on the
great
next
to be
one.
on our show.
Oh, yeah. It's so hard to get you on here.
It's difficult.
All right, see you guys.
See ya.